Hello, and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. Onward to Valewood. So I can create stuff. Let's see. Sneaking, inventory, character, journal, options, stronghold. Okay. Supplies and equipment, good. A spirit. It went south, it seems. It disappeared with the rain. Which is ironic, the rain is still here. Once per encounter, second wind. What does that do? Right, so that heals me as well. I saw another ghost. It was running westward. And where do you lead? Nowhere. I do need to reach the town. South is where my location lies. Destination, not location. It doesn't matter. Try to shoot this one. 34, nice hit. Not much of a choice, you have to take the damage. Go on. Get him. Good boy. Careful, there's a wolf here. Blind him. Nice hit. Okay, he's near dead. So we killed all the young wolves in the area. That's nice. Take this. Shattered pieces of crate are strewn across the dirt, along with a few muddy vegetables. Interesting. What do we have here? The grass is filled, floated behind the wagon's wheels. Barrels and cabbages, potatoes and squash have been overturned and abandoned. Okay, we can rest then. Let's do so. Do I need anything from my inventory? A rapier. Fine, let's take that. I don't think it does much damage, but I can keep it for now. It is slow. Have this. Eight hours have passed, okay. Guess I used that. It was obviously heading north, and yet there was nothing to the north. Right, we will need to return to that cave later. Outlaws. I don't think I stand a chance against them right now. Dropping the sharp end of my dagger if you don't hurry up. How powerful they are. Seems to be fine. Well, hit her. Come on. Maybe I can beat them. A sword. Slush and pierce. Damn it. Oh, wonderful. I can't sneak attack him. And I'll have to return later. Now what is this place? Hello? Wolves. Oh, it wasn't that difficult taking down one of them. Still, I do want to have some... should I say gods with me? Nonton. And who are you supposed to be?
Hello.
This man appears to be hurriedly dismantling the camp in quick jerky movements. He looked up to me as I approached, his expression tense and drawn. "Greetings," he said, a little breathless. "On your way south, is it?" He wiped his brow, turned to face me. "The sooner you're clear of these woods, the better, I think." What's the hurry? The man looks down intent and then at his hands. "I mean to follow my own advice. Came out here on a hunt, me and a friend of mine. Though we'd bring a stag home to eat, something other than the bread for once. Came up on a bear instead, great monstrous thing. And Farley, he didn't make it. I don't know what I'll tell his wife. In any case, this forest has already cost me a friend. I'm heading home, before it takes anything else." "And where did you find this bear?" "In a cave, a ways up that way. I wouldn't seek it out, if I were you. It was a great brute of a beast. Would hate to bring that thing that took another life. In any case, this forest has already cost me a friend." Yeah, right. "Who are you?" "Name's Norton, born and raised in the Gilded Vale. Haven't had a spot of luck since. Luckier than Perry, I suppose." "Okay, let's kill him, because why not?" He has a cape and a bow. That was a critical strike. Sneak attack, crush damage. That was sneak attack? Really? Anyway, let's head south. We'll return here later. The Gilded Vale. Clink.
You must be one of the new settlers. Welcome to Gilded Vale. You'll be pleased to know that we've had some recent vacancies here.
The man that approached me had dull and grey as a desolate village behind him. He scans you with sunken lifeless eyes. His voice is dry croak. He glanced back at the tree, loveless monastery of the tree next to it. Do you welcome everyone this way? The only answer you hear is buzzing in the flies from the tree.
Of course, we'll need to make some inquiries first. The inestimable Lord Radric VII has taken great pains to insulate our town from Widewind's legacy. Have you ever sired a Hollowborn child?
No.
Are you absolutely certain? Lord Raderick has made it his first priority to eliminate this scourge from our village. I should warn you, stranger. Here in Gilded Vale, we have a special place for dissidents, charlatans, and those who would hide a curse in our midst.
He stepped to our side, inclining his head ever so slightly towards the deformed tree.
His lordship's wife is with child and due any day now. Without his approval, I shan't be able to find you a permanent settlement. It will have to wait until after the birth. We can continue our interview then, after the bell tolls from Radric's hold to signal my lord's new heir. In the meantime, you can find temporary accommodations at the inn just southwest of here.
You said something about Hollowborn in Widewind's legacy before. He blinked. I forgot that you foreigners do not have this curse in your homeland. The Hollowborn have been scourged upon the Direwood for almost 15 years now. He lowered his voice to a whisper. Children born without souls. Painful, dumb things that breathe barely, but do not truly live. Some say the Hollowborn are a disease, some say they are a punishment from the gods. In truth, no one knows, but they began spreading after the Saints' War, and so the name, Widwind's legacy, struck in honor of their foe blasphemous predators. Interesting. Lord Redric's decrees may seem strict at times, but he has our best interest at heart. If you have any other questions, I don't hesitate to ask. It's important that everyone in the Gilded Vale understands our rules. I saw several people conducting a strange ceremony near some ruins. You weren't to mind where you mentioned that. Trespassing on Anguinian ruins is illegal, not to mention dangerous. You probably saw someone attempting some new ritual to appease the gods. People will try anything these days. Bread of mercy, we certainly have. I don't think so. Just as they finished, there was a Białek. He polishes his spectacles, his sleeves. If you'd been that close to a Białek, you wouldn't be standing here. I've been feeling strange ever since a close call with a Białek. Is there someone in town who could help?
Whatever your problem, it sounds like a matter for an animancer. However, the only animancer in Gilded Vale isn't in any condition to speak. Consider yourself fortunate. After she failed Lord Radric, we saw to it that she wouldn't profit from the misplaced trust of others. A bad cure is often worse than none at all.
Perhaps.
But if you're set on finding a bottle of troll piss or a dead Audra pebble to rub on your forehead, you're welcome to check her pockets. A little corpse stink is nothing when you're digging for shit. My advice, however, is to be satisfied that you escaped and leave it at that.
Wonderful. Good day, sir.
Keep out of...
Listen!
2 tolls. Let that be the last.
3. Gods have mercy.
It seems your arrival is ill-timed. 3 bells toll only for the death of a Radric. I fear Lord Radric's heir is lost, or else Hollowborn, and so lost all the same. You should tread carefully. Circumstances have changed a great deal.
So that does affect the offer for new settlers. I can't be sure of nothing right now. I advise you to get some rest. The inn or a stable for all I care. Find me afterwards. I will know more soon enough. Farewell then. Sellsword, archers and guardsmen. Scattered between the roots are branchlets of twin-bred waiting flowers, and notes half erased by the rains. Which body was it?
Were you looking for someone in that tree? I could introduce you.
No, thank you. I don't need any help. Seems you're better off than most around here. And he turns his attention away, watching the village round. I think it was supposed to be this one, but fine. Welcome to our lovely village. Scattered between the roots are bracelets. Okay, we read that. I don't know what I was looking for, but I'd like to know more about the Gilded Vale. We are from Triumph Village, are the most settlers in the Dyewood. The Gilded Vale hasn't grown much since its establishment in the colonial days, and the last 15 years have left our population shrink further. Hence our recruitment of fresh settlers. Why has the Gilded Vale population been shrinking? Windwind's legacy, of course. Many women have had difficulty bearing healthy children of late. A few years ago, Lord Heredric decreed that no mother of Hollowborn are to be allowed in the Gilded Vale. His lordship dealt swiftly with those who objected. It may be harsh, but if purges us of this curse, it is not worth it. Well, no, it's not. What about the runes behind the tree? That's what left the temple Eothas. Lord Redrick forbade worship of the dead god after the centering of war. It's been abandoned for almost 15 years, but there are plans to rededicate it to Bareth, the god of life and death. Tell me about Lord Redrick. He comes from a line of nobles who have defended these lands in the Ardeer times. Redrick II was an early supporter of the Dyewoodian independence. During the Revolution and the current Lord's father perished in the Saints' War, Hollowborn began appearing in the Dyewood shortly after the war's end. Lord Redrick has taken it upon himself to purge the curse from the Gilded Vale. His measures have been severe but necessary. Unfortunately, it may not have been enough. If the bells were any indication. Tell me about the Saints' War. Our age's most egregious example of man's madness. 15 years ago, the people of Redcliars decided to wait when their living saint was a literal incarnation of the god Eothas. Earl Great wrings his punches nose. This supposed saint took it upon himself to liberate the Dawood, supposedly by allegiances to less worthy god. But I have never known an army of conqueror, a land for its people's own good. Really? I think that's the third most, worthwhile reason for someone to give to conquer the land. Hey, child. Where are you supposed to be? As you near, you feel a vibrant history containing the essence of this man's soul. Voices from his past seem to call to you. You see a pennant wave tail and sluggish in the wind, a rising sun embroidered in a banner, the vanguard of a small troop of paladins. The atmosphere is buoyant. If restrained, their armor has not yet been transferred by the elements. This expedition is fresh, young, filled with zest and zeal, and their head stand the commander, awkward in full armor, but determined in step. Despite the excitement of his fellows, he does not smile. There is a twist to his mouth. His countenance is grim. He throws up a hand holding his troop. Silence falls amongst them, revealing a dark thunder, deep and low. He orders them to ready their weapons and spread out. Eyes dart from the horizon to horizon, necks twisting, to see the source of the sound. In the distance, dust and lightning rise from the ground as stagnant clouds race towards the overhead. The soldiers stand only to account movement of their breath, betraying their nerves. The commander closes his eyes, calling a blessing down on his troops. Invigorated, invincible, they wait as the enemy draws closer, poised to attack. Cool. That was actually an interesting tale. You see four people gathered by the door in the inn. Their raised voices and chopping gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. The first figure raises his hand for calm. His face is partially obscured by hood, but his height and stature suggest an elf.
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat.
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
One of the other men glares at the hooded elf. His eyes are red from drink, but his gaze is focused. You've got a lot of go mocking us in our own village. We don't talk your way treatment from foreigners, especially not Adrians.
Go on. Say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
Fie, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
I love this guy.
I'll cut that barrel-licking tongue out of your head.
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
That's where you're wrong.
I don't think that attacking him is such a good idea. And why is that? He's reaching for something, and since it's not the rapier at his side, it's either a wand or a throwing dagger, and you don't look ready to deal with them either. They look at each other. One of them gives the other two a warning shake at his hand before turning to you. We're done for now, but this one better watch his step around here, because we're not going anywhere. With a final scowl at the elf, he turns to leave. As the trees tumble away, the elf turns to you, the tension almost gone from his smooth face.
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
You're welcome.
Courtesy is a rare pleasure in these parts, though your accent suggests that you are no more local than I.
He straightens his hood, and you notice a remnant of frying embodiment on his glove. His boots are caulked with dirt of many months, travel but light work. Beneath it's sturdy and fine.
I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvisor, at your service.
So tell me about yourself, Aloth.
I'm a wizard by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I am grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land. And how exactly did you come to be here?
I was just passing by.
In Gwithan Ruins? Well, those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. I mean, half the locals would arrest you for trespassing and the rest would kill you outright. I'm curious, what exactly did you find there?
A biowick.
And you survived? I've heard such a thing was impossible. Well, it seems you either have a knack for timing or the favor of the gods.
And what are you doing in the Gilded Vale?
An excellent question. I came looking for fresh air and cheap land. Instead, the magistrate gave me directions to the inn and a story about the local lord's expectant wife. But I take it that's a familiar tale.
Indeed. I'm searching for an expert on souls.
Indeed. The local lord has searched far and wide for similar specialists. He has rid himself of them almost as desperately.
He nods at the granite tree at the center of town. Just how did you manage to cross those three trunks?
I'm afraid that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
There is more to that, isn't there? But I'm not gonna push you any further. For which I am grateful. Let us discuss something else, shall we? You don't look like a settler.
Begging your pardon, but neither do you. Yet, circumstances can find a person in the strangest of places.
I should get going.
As should I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
Do as you wish. I'm not going to stop you if you decide to follow.
Excellent. I shall follow you.
Great. Companion. Okay, let's go to the inn. The road damage type always ignores damage resistance of the target. Villagers?
Nice and quiet.
Yeah, I know. I'm amazed.
Well met, friend.
I'm looking for someone special. Because a woman traveled near here. She's a cipher. Wouldn't say I would speak of her experience, but sure. We need gold. Let's trade then.
Hail, traveler.
What do you have for sale? You have 100, that's more than enough to purchase my adventurer. Go on. Okay, my companion. Let's go with 2. You know, I might actually go with the 7th folk. 7th folk, not Lan, come originally from just south of the equator, and with exception of some groups. Yeah. Exception of some groups, and the migrated north, have remained at the same locations for over 10,000 years. The name Natlan literally means original, while quite common in Redcares. Savannah folk are not usually seen in the Dialogue in the Valyrian republics. Okay, a cipher. I do remember that I like this one and this one. Right, Constitution. Precision needs to go up. Intelligence. There we go. Once the crown jewel of the southern seas, owned by Yliel, is now the crumbled remains of an empire of warring merchant nations. Counting many humans and dwarves amongst their ranks, the old Valian countries are still forced to be reckoned and are proud of their rich cultural heritage. She's an artist, okay. Now I do have 3 portraits, so which one should I use? This one's the portrait from Dragon's Dogma. I really like this one a lot. There's also this haircut that fits her well. Okay, we're gonna go with you. The hair also fits her, but let's see if there's something that fits her a little bit more. This one, actually. You know, let's go with this.
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
I've got this. Bring them down.
Keeping an eye out.
I'm flattered.
Quietly now. Yes?
I'm flattered.
Should we go with this? Fine. A name? Something with D. D. Okay. Okay, the Tsar.
Aye?
And another great companion. Okay, let's level you up. Shall we? Survival. Lord. I don't know. Let's give you this. Athletic, adventuring and training work, in addition to hazard for mortal combat, adventurous. Second win ability to recover lost endurance. A higher athletic score increases the effect of second wave. Physical fears like climbing, swinging and jumping. That's great. Let's go with you. Traps. And pick. Okay. Well, pick and +3 trap. Wait, what? Disarm difficulty 1 traps. Take difficulty 1. Locks +3. Accuracy. So if I do this, does it say anything? Let's go with you. And I guess survival once more. Okay, what do I like? Ghost Blades. Allies field another blades into existence, inflicting immediate pierce damage and hold affection on target in the area of effect. Okay. Trust of the Tattered Veils. Quick strike of crushing force, dealing little damage but having high chance to disrupt enemy spellcasters. Let's go with this one. Acolyte's Radiance. Apprentice's Sneak Attack. Blast, what do you do? Generate a blast on the target and using one Rotor Scepter, doing amount of damage to all enemies in a small area around the target. Well, he is gonna use a wand, might as well. Allows the wizard to smash an enemy with a Grimoire, energized with spiritual energy, causing large damage and knocking the target back. Okay, go with this. Done. Okay, first I'm gonna give you this armor. You can have that for now. Your main colors will be purple and blue. You know, let's make them just blue.
Not a sound.
Drunkard. And who are you then? Another fool come to us on Redrick's invitation. Our great lord had my sister run out of town after the Barry was born. She was the only family I had left. Not sure where she is now. I need another drink. Why don't you go with her? The raw damage type always ignores. Okay, whatever. We already know that. Unnamed guest. Okay, what can I steal?
Nice and quiet.
Ooh, Duelist's Hat. Can you wear this? Yeah, I think it looks good on you. If only your hair didn't disappear. Now what, we'll take it. She looks fine with that.
Nice and quiet.
Okay guys, stay here. Those bones are covered with tiny bite marks. Hello. This hound stares instantly at the cover window. Wanting to hear a particular sound, it looks up when you approach and whines a low note, tail wiggling slightly.
Nice and quiet.
Okay, go here. Let's see if I can sneak around a little bit. Nope. "10 years of dawn. 10 years I told the Bower's leave, and 10 years I told myself that living in Sant Windwen his footsteps would bring me rebirth. Each dawn I pray, that if thou art is darkness, he shall bring thee light, and each night would bring the same emptiness. For my decadence of living as a simple dye farmer, all I have to show for is a great deal of purple clothing. Eothas has not spoken to us since he appeared as Saint Widwin. It was my hope that Eothas would claim me as his next vassal, but alas, the Child of Light remains silent. Every day I practice the ritual, banishing the shadows of the unfaithful, and every night I work on the field in solitude without a sign of Eothas returning. If thou art is darkness, he shall bring thee light, but how long must I remain lost in this long night of abomination? In this my punishment for keeping my fate a secret is Eothas hiding from me, until I shout my reverence for all to hear. Surely he must know that Tyrwudian now hate him, and that his followers, my countrymen, are quick to blame all that was terrible about the Saints' War on those of us still faithful to Eothas. Should they not be angry at the Red Recurrent soldiers? Do the Tyrwudians not realize that to dismiss the God of rebirth and redemption is to prevent all hope of healing? As I pen these words, I know that I must continue till the I leave. I will wake each day with hope. If thou art in darkness, he shall bring me light. Each day I will pray, and the dawns visit me, just as they visited Saint Widwin in the fields of Volus. Will they come to me as they come for Saint Widwin, as a man and two women, luminescent, imperfect? I am told they come to prestige new items. I am told many things, and I struggle to find the faith to believe it all. And yet each morning the sun rises in the eastern skies, and each morning Eothas illuminates my simple plot of land, casting away the shadows of the unfaithful by his golden gaze. I thank thee, Eothas, for all the spring I've had, and all that will come. I am in darkness. Please, bring me light. Deluded. Let's get out of here. It seems like this inn is working quite well. Guardsman, regret. This is not illness, and struck me in the wagon. This is something new, an affection of the mind. Perhaps with luck someone in Gilded Vale will know. The Magister advised me to get more rest while I wait for permissions, accommodations. That may be the best thing to put an end to this illness as well. I guess I need to rest. There is a blacksmith here. I always like that part, by the way, with the biography.
Nice and quiet.
Stay there. Guess I've been spotted. Okay, go here. Leather armor.
I'm here.
Let me check what is in here. Don't care about this one that much. I doubt there's gonna be a saber there. Nice. The Samoan man is of an impressive build, towering above the courser top. His skin is dusky blue and deeper oceans, and his thick arms boast coated muscle. Small ears frame square-jawed face, coated in smirched smooth, and arcing black tattoos alike. He offered me a bright smile as I approached. "Welcome, you're the first new face I've seen for some time." "What do you have here?" "We come as a strange time, I'm afraid. The stock not what it used to be, but we find weapons and armor to offer yet. All I forged right here at the Black Hammer." "Show me what you have then." "A stiletto for wow money." Saber, saber, saber. There we go. 38. I can purchase that. That is a wonderful armor there. Okay, let's read about those unique ones. Janna's lance. Not actually a proper lance, but rather a pike. The weapon was gifted to the Orlan maid along with the goat by her wizard, Master Cabridon, who was forced to show her the door after a number of episodes of remarkable clumsiness and brash carelessness, and had left his grimoire waterlogged and his laboratory in ashes. Cool. The gifts were all the soft-haired wizard could do to stanch the guild, wandering from place to place, with only her goat, her pike and reputation for negligence that preceded her. Her fortunes changed one day when she encountered a pair of soldiers trapped by a ground of bandits. Too short to wield the pike properly, she instead climbed atop her goat and spurred into the fray, leaving the pike like a lance and running one of the bandits through. Frightened and confused by the display of intimidated by Jan's coarse language, the remaining bandits fled, and the soldiers lived where they sparred. Her actions earned her the connection with a local fort, and she saved with distinction with the cavalry. The original experience had given her such pleasure that she always found a place at the front of any charge. Eventually, this took to a thaw, and she went missing after her unit was commanded to challenge group of trolls. Cool. Holdwall. A masterwork of woven craftsmanship, this sturdy arbalist earned its name during the Battle of Marching Mountains, where the dwarves ranged held off a group of ogres bearing down on them and his few remaining comrades. In the ranger's hand, the arbalist proved more than capable of launching bolt after bolt at the thick ogre hide, holding the invading forces at bay just long enough for reinforcements to arrive. While victory against the ogres proved short-lived, the tale is still one told with great pride around the tavern campfire. Azurate's Stiletto. The War of Black Tree brought hardship and suffering to many Latvians, but it bore special tragedy for its druidic order, who were forced to only endure the death of many friends and kin, but also destruction of the land they revered above all else. Among these was Azura, a young Ovid, deeply troubled by the use of elemental to turn nature against the people of Ergramp, and wondering if she was seeing the last days of his people. Azurate took walking in endless stretches of burdened down forest in search of something, anything that might signal a reason, so hope. He found it in an old ironwood tree, thick and grounded, with roots that ran in waves through the ground as though they'd been woven there. It stood as it always had, through a signed well up inside, and its trunk now, while everything around it had been incremented by the soldiers of Dawood, leaving wasteland 1,000 acres in every direction. Azurate plucked a single branch from the cold tree, making sure to express his profound gratitude. An accomplished organic artificer, Azurate reached the branch into the blade that would reveal the made in a forge. He infused it with the strength of the elemental, vowing never again to be in their mercy. and resolving that if the tree could endure it, so too could he. In his hand the blade would find its way into the heart of many soldiers who stood at the edge of forests, with torches and barrels, pitch and the war end. He had saved many forests from the flame. When the years were drawing to a close, Azrael made a final pilgrimage back to the old ironwood tree, which still stood as he laid the knife at its base, to be taken by someone else in need of inspiration in dark times. On his way there he was pleased to see that the branches of ashes that covered the forest floor, new life had begun to spring. Azeroth's stiletto isn't natural, as the entire weapon is dark red-brown wood. Even the blade, the magic used to create, hardened and protected the wood, preventing it from chipping or wearing. Dark green vines are leaving around from it and wrap themselves around the hilt to form the grid. That's a cool weapon. No armors though. There are some rings. Right. Okay, let's write that. Damn it. Okay. Hood and padded armor. Great. What about this mace? How much damage does that do? Fast, 10 to 14 crushing damage. This sword is stronger than the mace, so we're keeping the saber with us. Accuracy 40. I do like the mace though. Anyway. Actually looks good on you. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay guys, this way. There was an apprentice here. Does he want to speak? Downtown Town, but I think Dusden over the first fires might have edge on him.
Quietly now.
Focus 7. Cool. Always like the Cypher class in this game.
I'm here.
I need to level up my might and dexterity. I don't like to have anything on 13. Cows and villagers. Anyway, let's look for adventures, shall we?
Nice and quiet.
Looking for secrets, don't mind me. We know there's more grain in there, Turnbull. We won't settle for scrap while you grow fat on the corpse. A muffled shout emerged from inside the mill. The first of you drunkards come through that door gets a shot between the eyes. God hear me? Swiner, I'll put you down like a dog. Come away for now, lads, but we'll be back, Turnbull, and we'll have fare. prices, or by the flame, we'll have a reckoning. Just getting better and better, isn't it? Let's go to the inn, rest there. I need to upgrade my sword, actually. So, how does that work? Saber, enchant, quality, fine, requires copper. Oh, and level 4, okay. That makes a little bit of sense. Let's move. Oh look, a ghost. That's wonderful.
Quietly now.
I walk in. The Tsar stand behind me. Through their sneak ability, yeah, well,
I'm here.
I have no idea why didn't you see that. Okay, let's get out of here. We robbed wherever we could. We've done our job. We should be proud of ourselves. Okay, shall we walk in?
I shall be discreet.
Actually, I want to recruit Eder before we continue. Mostly because I know he's gonna work for us.
Not a sound.
Scouting mode is used for two purposes. Of course it is. Speaking of which, we have a new book. Something wrong? Why is this doing? Stop it. Okay. That's a little better. I have no idea. Anyway. The Direwood, Part 2, Broken Stone War. Okay, that's Part 2. There's no way I can steal from there. Wait, that's not stealing, apparently. Silver loose. Hello there. What is this? Rope and grappling hook. Cool. Can't carry anymore. Yeah, 2 is more than enough, I guess. Ingrid. Shall we speak? A young woman stands nervously before a fireplace, face lined with worry. She looks up as you enter. Startled.
Welcome.
Who are you? Did Norton send you? Or Parley? I've just arrived at the Gilded Vale. I thought I'd get to know the locals. I'm sorry, it's only that I'm worried sick. Norton, he and Parry set off on a hunt in the Briarwood, and they should have returned by now. Really didn't see them. Norton always has his red cloak. I keep telling him, That's why he never catches anything. I haven't seen them. I see. If you should happen to travel into the Vilewood, please keep an eye out for them. Until then, please forgive me. I don't feel quite well. Her story is actually pretty amazing. I remember that. I can't remember the main story of the game, but her story I actually remember. No, I don't care. Windmill. We've been in this house. There's a smithy here. An inn and a Wolfer's house. Okay, let's move in here. An elven man stands before you. His relatively stocky build suggests a life of labor. His face is pale and brown, his eyes wide. Behind him, a young man and woman exchange worried glances. The miller rises a club as you enter. It shakes violently in his grip. Get back if you value your life. Put that down before you get yourself hurt. I mean it. I won't have Swearin and his lackeys threaten me in my own mail. Who is Swinir? The dwarf, the one standing out in the spraying lights amongst the villagers. Bastard's been here for decades, and he hasn't gotten any kinder with time. Who are you? Is Winder writing foreigners into the little crusade? I don't like being threatened. We have that in common. I know the poison Swiners dripping on their ears. It's not going to be long before someone decides that I'd rather do things the messy way. I won't let anything happen to my family. I really don't care. Do you have any goods I can steal? Okay, let's search for secrets. Nothing. The Temple of Iotas. Okay, let's go this way.
I shall be discreet.
Priests are dedicated support. Yeah, whatever. Cat. Kick it. Okay, I can't. Stop following me.
Quietly now.
Okay, move here. Then here. Grain. Don't care. Is there anything else? Oh, I totally missed that. Never mind, let's do it again. What do you want from me? Get lost. Milk and sugar. Ice cream. Anyway, let's talk to you. A Daewoodian woman is standing in front of the fireplace, humming a quiet tune to herself, or perhaps to her unborn child, for she is clearly quite pregnant. She turns her head slightly as you enter.
Hail, traveler.
Well, finally, I was starting to think, oh, I'm sorry, I was expecting someone else. Can I help you? I just arrived at the Gilded Vale. I thought I'd get to know the locals. Were you with one of the caravans, Master Odenas, by chance? I was, yes. I'm afraid the rest of the caravan was killed. Why do you ask? My sister, Kaleska, is traveling with one of the caravans. She sent a letter before she came. Said she was going to pay her way by working as a guard for the caravan master. She always was a tough one. I don't suppose you've seen her on the road. Or the caravan, perhaps. It's Master Ordena's. The caravan was attacked, and I escaped, but Zaleska was caught in a bivouac. Aura covers her mouth with hands, eyes wide with horror. For a few moments she could manage nothing but strangle her voiceless grasp, her eyes brimming with tears. I knew it. I told her it was a dangerous path to take. Zaleska was always so certain she could take on danger. Oh, my poor sister, I'm sorry, stranger. I can't believe she's gone. If only I hadn't caught her. If I hadn't frightened her to her, she might still be alive somewhere. Zaleska mentioned that though you needed help, perhaps I could provide some assistance. That's kind of you to offer, but I don't know if I could impose this on you. It's not a small favor. I owe it to her. After all, she was taking all the damage while I was standing in the back shooting at people. It's a favor I'm doing for her, not for you. I'm worried about the baby, about the legacy. I told Zaleska as much as I could, but all I know is that for a long time now, every child born in Gilded Vale has been soulless, empty. It happened to so many mothers, and Lord Roderick is exiled all of them, calling in sight of the gods' disfavor. With my Hadron gone, I don't know how I'd manage if I lost my home too. I hope Zaleska could help me. They say Ranga, the old midwife, knows a way to prevent the child being Hellborn, but she moved south to Azalgoth's compass 2 seasons ago. The journey is too far for me. I can't take it as I am. But I don't have anyone else now, with Zaleska gone. Can you help me? Let me get this straight. You don't care if your baby's gonna be born dead, but you care if you're gonna lose the house because of that. I honestly don't like people like you who pretend to be good. I at least don't hide anything. I'd never cloak my bloodlust. I'll think about it if I ever head that way. That is a long way to go. What is it that you can offer me? Fruit added to the inventory. I can only offer you a coin. But Ranga has many potions and crafts for sale. Maybe you'll find something to interest, so it wouldn't be a wasted trip. I'm sorry, I don't have much. You're welcome to some of my food, if you want. I have some fruit. I'll think about it if I ever head that way. That's all I can ask, thank you. I need a moment. Okay.
I'll see what I can find.
Paying with fruit. This is an adorable way of saying, yeah, I don't have anything for you, but I would appreciate the help. Please fight this amazing, powerful magician that can help my child. In exchange, I'm gonna give you this. What did you actually give me? A pear? An apple? Okay. Max endurance for a lot of time. That's cool, let's rest in the inn. Pasca.
How do you do?
I'd like a room, please. Oh dear. I really don't have much, do I? Retrained character, that's cool. Party manager, it's fine. We're not gonna get a lot of people in our party anyway. See, what can I sell? Oh, wait. I do need you to take the crossbow before you purchase your weapon. I don't mind selling anything, so everything we're gonna sell, we're gonna add here. I might read those on my own time. Forge Master. Once path is chosen, the knight's life spent training in his preferred discipline, the pomp of the formulates, the surrounding of his life, up to this point, are all bound but gone. The training is far more rigorous and there is less ceremony to mark this process. For most knight commanders, body or forge master, soul, are further they will ever advance. The training of the knights at this level, while almost extensively in the discipline he has chosen, is still rounded out with instructions from the others. A knight is not truly a knight if he does not have a full breadth of knowledge. When he passes from justiciar to commander, the knight's given a blue cape to wear with plate armor. When a Templus rises to the position of forge master, he is presented with a white cloak, martial and crosier. After time spent training the elite knight that shows true leadership potential and promises in the element of the next level, a knight of body becomes martial and knight of soul becomes a consular. At that point, he is command of a small group of knights, commander, forge master, and below. He is responsible for the recruitment, initiation, and the advancement of new squires. Many knights do not want to advance to this level and beyond because the role becomes less hands-on and more adversary. Marshals are known by their purple capes, while crucibles are distinguished by gold cloaks. Lord Justiciar and Grand Templars. A martial or consular that shows true and effective command over the knights in his keeping may be offered the position of Lord Justiciar and Grand Templars. Truly a commanded position, a knight that accepts one of these roles will be removed from the front lines because of this. It is only most dedicated leaders that take either those positions, Lord Marshal and Grand Consul. Okay, I was here. There is not a single knight that oversees the entire group. This responsibility is split between the Lord Marshal and the Lord Consular. Any knight that advances to this position does not only with the support of the knights as a whole, he must be nominated and selected by majority of the knights. Once the position he is in there is for life, the Lord Marshal or Lord Crucible may step down from this post if he so chooses, but that is only for the retire from the life of a knight. The stress and responsibility of this position is such that many refuse it, even if they are capable of handling it. Lord Marshals and Crucibles are well known, are generally respected throughout the land, nor just within the knights. Well, this book is read, and we have 3 diaries. I'm gonna read them in the next episode. I'm gonna keep the mace or the flail, though. Which one should I keep? This one is fast, crushing damage, 14. 10. I'm gonna keep the fast one. Heather's gonna use it. I actually do like the mace more. I feel it's more comfortable to use that. Let's place those things in the inventory. This will be sold. Leather armor, we can sell you as well. Keep that. I'm gonna give you this. Scroll Fan of Flames. Hammer Chisel. Beer. Lockpick. Yeah, let's keep the lockpicks. Convert grace to hit. That's great. for the lava. Yeah, you can keep that. We need to sell those. Because I'm not sleeping in a commons room.
Gods keep you.
Good. Let's take a look. Last for 2 rest, 2 resolve. Perception and mechanics. Laborer's rest. Yearwood's pride. Which one should I choose? It is 100 gold, but we are gonna get more gold later. And we did purchase our sword. Perception. But was perception the thing that gave me accuracy, actually? Scrolls, whatever. Enter up, yeah, accuracy. Okay, we're gonna go in the laborer's room.
Hello.
Yeah, hello to you as well. What do you know about the Black Hound? Well, let's see, the actual building, been here for years, but the Black Hound's very new. We get a lot of faces in here, fewer than we used to, I'll admit. I used to work with the Habos actually, until the old owner up and left. Nobody's sure what happened to him. He even left his poor hound behind. That's the name, sir. Black Hound. It's still sitting upstairs paying after him. Poor old girl. You only serve forage? It isn't my choice, I assure you. We used to serve some of the finest meals in the Darwood. We've had Damble run of luck. So it's been a bad season for the crops, and we're running low on supplies. I sent Tenfred up north to stock up. Tenfred's old cook, but you see, an artist with a good roast. But it's been days since he was supposed to return. We haven't seen him since. I've only just taken over from the last owner. I don't know what I'll do if he doesn't turn up. I will find him, don't worry. Really? I'd be grateful for you, if you'll aid me. You're shouting through the firewood. It's probably nothing. A broken whale. But I do worry about him. You see him safely home. I think everyone here would sing your praise. Nobody much likes my porridge. Very well. Resolve. What did resolve do? I think... Oh, right. I think it was the one that is replacing charisma. Concentration, deflection, and will.
Hail and well met.
Right. Doesn't say, so I'm gonna go with this one. Rest. Commoner's room. What a joke. My sleep was restless that night, and fevered, assaulted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with a suffocating anxiety. I opened my eyes and awoke to find myself in front of the Gilded Bell's gallows tree. The creaking of the ropes growled louder in my head, until the sound was deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman whose face was shivered inward like motoring food. Her head hung limply to one side as I looked on. She loomed larger and larger in my mind until she was merely inches from my face. Suddenly her head snaps and her eyes opened, and they are empty, and behind them is a vast nothingness that makes my stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parted. With a gust of russet air, she spoke a word. Watcher. I jolted awake, the foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath still penetrating my nostrils. Sweat runned down my face in thick droplets, and my skin soaked from head to toe. I remembered that woman. I remembered seeing her decaying face when I spoke with the Magister. He called her an animansler. Though it filled me with new ghostly apprehension, I felt a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm she's truly dead. But that's gonna be next time. So, that's where I'm gonna end the episode. Thank you all for joining me, and I'm gonna see you then. Goodbye.